Hello, I'm Gino, my wife Dazzle on the camera. Welcome to Dazzle TV. Today we're here at Clark International Airport. And as you can see, it's like there's not many people here. I mean, I can hear an echo. This airport is so empty, but this airport is huge. You know, it's like, but not many passengers, surprisingly. Just wanted to let you know about our experience this morning. Checking in online. What I did last night, I went to the AirAsia.com website and I went ahead and checked Dazzle and I for our flight this morning. And I actually got my boarding pass already. I had like 2 boarding pass, one for myself and then one for Dazzle. So got the boarding pass for AirAsia on my phone. So I thought we were gonna be all set, you know, so our luggage, we don't have any luggage when Dazzle and I travel. We always just have backpacks. And we make sure our backpacks are always below 7 kilos because that's the maximum weight per backpack that you're allowed to get on the plane. So Dazzle and I, we've traveled enough to know this. But here in the Philippines, so you would think that you've already checked online, you already got your boarding pass, and you don't have to check in any baggage. All you got is your backpack. But this is the second time that this has happened to us. Same thing happened to Dazzle and I in Manila. You still need to check in the counter for your flight. We still have to stand in line with a long line too of all the AirAsia people that were checking in their luggage. Even though we're not checking in any luggage, we still have to go check in at the counter, because they have to weigh our bags. They have to make sure that the 2 backpacks aren't over 14 kilos or 7 kilos each. So basically that's all they did. It's like by the time I got up to the counter, I showed them our IDs, and the lady told me to like put our backpacks on to weigh it, and they did that, and they printed us our boarding pass. So you know, the electronic one that I have on my phone is not even, they printed us the boarding pass. So after that, we were good to go. But again, that's the second time that's happened to us. Actually, the first time it happened to Dazzle and I, we were in an airport in Manila, getting on a domestic flight. So that's why we know now that we have to stand in line at the counter here, because like what happened in Manila, I had my electronic boarding pass, we had our backpacks, we went to our gate because the electronic boarding pass has your gate, so you know where to go. But when we were getting ready to board the plane, when they made an announcement for boarding, we got to the lady and I was showing my electronic boarding pass. She was asking for a paper boarding pass. So after that incident, we know, because like during that flight, we had to rush back all the way to the counter, stand in line, and of course our flight was already boarding to get a printed boarding pass. So I've always told Dazzle, anytime we fly out domestic flights in the Philippines, always show up early. You know, we always give ourselves, like today, our flight is 9:40. And we got to the airport like 7:15 or 7:20.
But I remember when we were in Cebu,
yes,
they have this machine.
In Cebu, they have the kiosk, where you can print these. Yeah, in Cebu, when you fly out domestic, they have a kiosk. But here, as big as this gigantic airport, there is no kiosk to print these. So basically, you have to stand in line at the AirAsia counter so you can get a boarding pass, printed boarding pass with their paper. You can't just print. If I had gone like with my electronic and I printed this and showed it here, they're not gonna take it. They want their AirAsia boarding pass. So just something to, you know, something for you guys to know, like anytime you travel here in the Philippines, domestic, always show up plenty of time, because there's always something that happens at the airport. As a matter of fact, there's another, when we got to the counter, we were getting our boarding pass and they saw my doctor had left these strips. They have taken out the stitches on on the biopsy that I had done.
Yeah.
So I have this like strips to like just hold them. It's not staples or anything, it's just tape. Because my doctor was saying, just, be careful. I guess you don't want the for it to
Get
open.
wet.
Yeah, get
Yeah.
wet or open. But it's already healed, but I haven't removed the tape because he said keep it for 4 days.
They did ask for your medical
Yes,
clearance.
so they saw my neck and they go, "Where's your medical clearance?" I'm like, "Medical clearance?" I'm like, what medical clearance? So I was like, they wouldn't give me my boarding pass because they had to clear me medically. So I had to go to they had a little clinic here in the airport where I had to sit down. Of course, I had to relax a little bit because they were gonna take my blood pressure, and I've been standing in line. I had been like, hey, trying to get that. So I'm sure my blood pressure was elevated, but it's still within range. So I sat down for about 5 minutes. They took my blood pressure, pulse, and everything's normal. So the guy wrote something on paper, and then I took that paper to get my boarding pass. So that's another step that unexpected. So if you look like you got some medical condition, they can because they asked me if do I have a medical condition. So that'll be something for you to watch out. If you think, I guess if you think they're gonna ask you if you have a medical condition, just be ready, because like that again, here in the Philippines, you just gotta be ready for anything. This is Clark International Airport, and if you can see, this place is humongous, but hardly any passengers going through here. I mean, our AirAsia flight, a 45-minute flight from Angeles City to Caticlan, looks like the only flight leaving this morning at this airport. Just surprising how not many flights here, because it's a beautiful airport. You can see on the background, it's like Mount Arayat on the background. Real up-to-date airport too, because they have those contraptions where it attaches to the plane, so we don't have to ride a bus to go to our plane. We'll board right here, just like how you do in international airports across the world. So really up-to-date airport here, you can see, but not many planes. I mean, there's no plane. So maybe our plane is the only one coming this morning. It's 8:30 in the morning. Our flight's not till 9:40. But as you can see, no planes are leaving or coming here at Clark International Airport. And this is our flight in Gate 1, flight Z2921 to Caticlan, leaving at 9:40 a.m. And looks like we're the only flight leaving this morning here at Clark International Airport. There's no planes here. This is our group. This will be our flight. Hello, hello. And they have one place that's open. It's called CRK, Clark Quick Bites. This is the only food that's open to get any food here at Clark International Airport. And this is our people right here, our group, all headed to Caticlan. More likely gonna be spending their vacation in Boracay Island. And you see, they got coffee. Looks like their coffee, their cappuccino is 170 pesos, about $3. Caramel latte is 165, so about $3 for coffee here at the airport. I see our plane coming, the AirAsia plane, and as you can see, it's the only plane here at Clark International Airport. It's the single plane here. I don't see any other airplane here, which is amazing because I've never seen an airport like that where there's only one plane. And pretty much everybody here in the airport, they're on our flight going to Caticlan. From Clark, Angeles City, going to Caticlan in Malaya Aklan. Most of the people, they're headed to Boracay Island. And it's almost 9 a.m. so it's on time. I expect boarding to start here once the plane docks in here. And our flight is 9:45. I think it's about a 45 to 1 hour flight, but every time I've ridden AirAsia, they're always early at getting to their destination, so that's a good thing. They're on time or early for their destinations. Here comes our plane. And there's Dazzle. She's becoming an air traveler. For a person that doesn't like planes, she's now becoming an air traveler. There's Dazzle. We're getting ready to board our plane. They called the different zones. Our ticket says we're in zone 3. So zone 3 is the line here on the right. And I guess those are like, they'll start loading the planes by zone. But we're all now grouped here, down here at the entry point before the plane. And at least here at Clark International Airport, you get to board the plane and you don't have to ride a bus or anywhere where they have to take you by bus. Here, there's that contraption attached to the plane. So we're gonna walk from the airport to the plane. So that's a good. And these are the people that are on the plane that we're getting on. These are the arrivals. Dazzle remembers because when I picked her up here last week, that's where she came for the arrival. So now we're getting on the plane. A lot of people heading to Boracay Island. Dazzle and I were on our flight from Clark International Airport to Caticlan. It should be less than an hour to get to Caticlan. And we're eating lunch. We are sharing this nasi lemak, and it's delicious. I mean, for 250 pesos for airplane food, not bad. About $4, you know, a little over $4, but it's delicious. We're like chowing down on this thing. Oh, it comes with a little water too. I'm gonna surprise our friend here, Cheng. She has no clue on who I am.
Regina?
This is our friend Cheng. She's getting on the same flight where we're getting on in AirAsia to Caticlan. Thank you for watching.
We'll see you in our next video.